Between the Bennet and Lucas families, it was a custom to gather the day after an event of significance, to speak concerning it. It was not gossip, though those of a particularly rigid moral bent might consider it as such, but their conversation was more of their observations, items of humour or interest, or nothing more than a discussion of unrelated topics. It was so innocuous that even Mary, the most pious of the Bennet girls, felt comfortable in attending them. That day, there were few subjects to be canvassed which did not involve the militia regiment. More particularly, the Bennet sisters were curious concerning Mr. Wickham, for he was not the sort of man one forgot quickly, while they were familiar with all the principal officers of the regiment. None of them had made Mr. Wickham's acquaintance before that evening. "It is my understanding Mr. Wickham was late joining the regiment here," said Charlotte, and Elizabeth asked. "My father does not know the details, but Mr. Wickham had been given a commission by Colonel Forster, which delayed his arrival." "I wonder what it might have been," mused Elizabeth. "Well, the colonel might send men in advance to prepare a new camp. Being left behind seems odd." "It seems he must be highly trusted," added Jane. "No one who did not have the complete faith of the commander would be sent on a task which would delay him for 2 weeks. Elizabeth directed a long look at her sister, wondering what her comment presaged. Jane had not seemed enamoured of Mr. Wickham the previous evening. Had Elizabeth been mistaken? The opportunity provided by her elder sister was too much for Charlotte to resist, and she took advantage to the fullest extent. "Is that admiration I hear in your voice, Jane? If it is, I should not blame you. Mr. Wickham was deemed handsome by every woman in attendance last night." "On the contrary," replied Jane, her colour suspiciously heightened, "I have no admiration for Mr. Wickham. But you must confess he is far more appealing than any other man in the regiment. Based on nothing more than a handsome countenance." "I must agree with you," said Jane, drawing her self-possession about her like a cloak. "I will own he seemed like a good man, but I hope I am no more turned by a handsome countenance than any other young lady